The rusty gates of the old amusement park creaked open with a groan that echoed through the desolate night. A full moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the dilapidated rides and faded carnival tents. Jake and his friends, Sarah, Mike, and Emily, had heard the rumors about the park, but they were thrill-seekers, always looking for the next adrenaline rush. Tonight, they were about to get more than they bargained for. "Come on, guys, it's just an old park," Jake said, trying to sound confident. "What's the worst that could happen?" Sarah shivered, pulling her jacket tighter around her. "I don't know, Jake. This place gives me the creeps." Mike laughed, slapping Jake on the back. "Scared of a few old rides, Sarah? Let's go check out the Ferris wheel." As they ventured deeper into the park, the air grew colder, and an unnatural silence settled around them. The Ferris wheel loomed ahead, its once bright lights now dark and lifeless. Jake climbed into one of the creaky seats and the others followed, their laughter echoing in the stillness. Suddenly, the Ferris wheel jolted to life, the seats swaying violently as it began to turn. The friends screamed, clutching the metal bars as the wheel spun faster and faster. The lights flickered on, casting an eerie glow over the park. "What's happening?" Emily cried, her knuckles white as she gripped the seat. "I don't know," Jake shouted back. "Hold on!" As the wheel reached its peak, it abruptly stopped, leaving them suspended high above the ground. Below, the park had transformed. The once empty pathways were now filled with ghostly figures, their eyes glowing with a malevolent light. The friends watched in horror as the apparitions moved with unnatural grace, performing twisted versions of carnival acts. A ghostly ringmaster appeared, his top hat askew and his face a ghastly mask of decay. He raised a skeletal hand, and the Ferris wheel began to descend, the friends' screams lost in the cacophony of ghostly laughter. When they reached the ground, the ringmaster stepped forward, his hollow eyes fixed on them. "Welcome to the Midnight Carnival," he intoned, his voice a chilling whisper. "You are our guests of honor." Jake and his friends stumbled out of the Ferris wheel, their legs shaking. "We need to get out of here," Mike said, his voice trembling. But the ghostly performers had other plans. A troupe of acrobats swung down from the shadows, their skeletal hands reaching for the friends. Jake dodged one, only to be grabbed by another. The acrobat's cold, bony fingers dug into his flesh, pulling him toward the center of the park. Sarah, Mike, and Emily tried to fight back, but the ghostly performers were relentless. Clowns with twisted grins and jugglers with flaming skulls surrounded them, their laughter echoing through the night. "Let us go!" Sarah screamed, but the ringmaster only laughed, a sound that sent chills down their spines. "You are part of the show now," he said, his eyes gleaming with malice, "and the show must go on." The friends were dragged to the main stage, where a ghostly audience awaited. The ringmaster raised his hands, and the performers began their macabre acts. Acrobats twisted in impossible ways, clowns juggled severed heads, and fire-breathers spewed flames that danced with the souls of the damned. Jake and his friends were forced to participate, their bodies moving against their will. They danced and performed, their screams drowned out by the ghostly applause. The night stretched on, an endless nightmare from which there was no escape. As the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, the ghostly performers began to fade, their laughter echoing into the ether. The friends collapsed to the ground, their bodies bruised and battered. The park was silent once more, the rides lifeless and still. "We need to get out of here," Jake said, his voice hoarse. "Now!" They stumbled toward the gates, their legs weak and their minds reeling. As they reached the exit, the ringmaster's voice echoed in their ears. "Remember, the Midnight Carnival is always open. We will be waiting." The gates slammed shut behind them, and the friends fled into the dawn, their hearts pounding with terror. They never spoke of that night again, but the memory haunted them, a dark shadow that lingered at the edges of their minds. And every night, as the moon rose high in the sky, the Midnight Carnival came to life once more, its ghostly performers waiting for the next unsuspecting guests to join their eternal show.